Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 2 of social work practice with families. I know the first week went by extremely fast, and I want to apologize. I know a couple of you guys have reached out to me and seeking some clarity around the grid assignment, and I want to make sure that I provide that for you. So I'm going to create a separate video that goes into more deeper detail on how to complete that assignment tomorrow, so that you guys feel a little bit more confident in your ability to complete it successfully. So we have 4 assignments due week 2. I know it's a lot of assignments, but you guys are doing a great job thus far. So the first one is week 2 discussion. It's the Aponte video analysis. So you're going to watch this video, and for your initial post, you're going to make sure you complete all of the following. So you want to make sure that you complete each of the bulletin points to receive your maximum number of points. So the first one is you want to cite Mnuchin and Nichols readings where you will identify 2 different structural interventions used in the video of a family session with Aponte. So you want to be very attentive and make sure that you're taking notes while you're looking at the video. And so what it asks is, what is your assessment of this family structure, including an assessment of the boundaries between individuals and subsystems? So is it a family that is highly functioning and everyone has a significant role, but there are clear set boundaries, or is it maybe the exact opposite and their subsystems can certainly be, society, whether it's school, whether it's work, and those types of things. So things that, function within the family as well as a system. So did you see Aponte's following the outline of a family first session as described in the Weber article? So you have access to that right here. And so if so, which of the steps did he follow? So what did he do that you could see yourself doing in the first session with the family? So I know there's a lot of reading that goes on, so you want to make sure you have those readings done in addition to watching the video so you can complete this successfully. So your initial post is due this Thursday by 11:59, and your follow-up post in which you're going to respond to your peer is due by Sunday by 11:59. So you want to make sure that you have both of those in by Sunday by 11:59, but the initial post is due Thursday. So that's your first assignment. So your next assignment is your weekly family therapy theory grid. And I know I'm going to post a separate video going into that, but I wanted to show you guys really quick that we're on week 2. So you can keep exactly what you have in week 1 and just put in week 2. You're going to talk about the structural theory, and then you're going to follow it just as it asks right here. So you're going to list the 5 concepts. You're going to talk about 3 to 4 interventions that might be employed using this theory, and how might this theory translate when working with different families. So you're going to answer everything based on what you've been reading in regards to the structural theory. So I hope that was a little helpful. I know it can be a little bit confusing, so I will go on over that in more detail. So that is also due, it is due by 11:59 on Sunday. So that's your second assignment. Your third assignment that is due is your reflection paper. And so it's worth 5% of your overall grade, but it's due in weeks 1 and it covers the objectives in week 1 and 8. Sorry, I was totally misreading that. So after reading the week 1 article by Russell Gill, Cohn, and Woody, you will write a reflection paper. So you want to make sure that, as hard as it may be to believe, there have not been any recent studies that compare the family experiences of MSW students with students in other disciplines. This assignment allows for you to reflect on why these differences may exist and on any implication of these differences for the social work field. So you want to make sure you read this, and the paper should be about 2 to 3 pages long with 12-point font, Times New Roman, using headings, including the following in your reflection paper. So you're going to have a short summary of the most important points in the article in your own words. So you're going to summarize it. Any direct quotes must be used in quotation marks and cited properly, APA style. And what are the important takeaways from the article? So in addition to that, you want another section for your reaction to the key points, including a discussion of those you found to be the most helpful, of thoughts-provoking, as well as points that you disagree with. What do these key points mean to you? So you want to make sure that you are processing, anything that you agree with, anything you disagree with, and what you are taking away overall. And then lastly, you will talk about your reflection. So reflection on any implications that you see for social work education and for working with clients. So you want to, maybe there's some things that you had an aha moment and you can see that, this maybe needs to be added to the social work curriculum or the way that we serve people in the communities on various levels. So I would love to learn about that and see your viewpoint. So that's the other assignment. So we have 1, 2. Oh, I accidentally skipped this one. So this is your 4th assignment. So so this is your first one, the Aponte video analysis. You have your theory grid assignment. Then you also have your reflection paper. And then your last assignment that is due this week is your family therapy session role play. And I'm really excited because I think this is the most valuable way in which we learn to do clinical practice, is role playing and being able to model and get feedback and continually do that throughout the field. So what you're going to be asked to do is you're going to read a case example. You're going to be able to click on this link and read that case. And then what you're going to do is imagine that you are conducting a first family session with this family. So you're going to use Screencast-O-Matic to record a video for approximately 5 to 10 minutes total of yourself demonstrating what you might say in 3 different segments of a first session with the family. So be sure to use the exact words that you would say to them as though they were in the room. Follow these questions to guide each of the segments of the first session role play. So the first segment, you're going to talk about how would you begin the first meeting in terms of laying out the goals and structure and starting to join with the family and gain their trust. So I can give you an example. Mine might be extremely different than this case, but I have a meeting tomorrow morning in which a student is returning from a suspension, and so I'm going to say, good morning, how is everyone? Today we have come together because of student X, and we want to make sure that we have a plan in place to make her feel supported and successful for the school year, as opposed to maybe starting off the conversation with, these are my behavioral concerns, these are the issues that we're having with this student, to make it more positive, but then allow for the relationship to be restored. So I think for me, that's what I've learned the most, especially if there's been any harm done. Making sure that we kind of start off on a planning note, and that not that we dismiss the negative behaviors, that we process it continuously in a way that doesn't make it seem like it's negative. So that's how something I would do for my meeting tomorrow. Then the second segment, it asks you, what might you say to interrupt any bickering or blaming that the parents may start to do with each other? So you can maybe even go into, something along the lines of, the rules for our session is that we are going to be able to hear each other one at a time. And, if we need to use a speaking mic, we will. And you can have something where you can kind of pass between people when they are talking. So it's like it reminds everyone that they have the floor. So if you're someone that might use something like that, that might be helpful just to remind them of where you started from. And then the third segment is, how might you end the session, including any homework that you might suggest to help them meet the goals that they have set for themselves. So you kind of want to, see how you close it out and how you plan for going forward. So I don't want to give you too much info because I want you guys to be authentic in your delivery. And so if you have any questions or any pressing concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. So you do have that due by, the initial post is due by this Thursday by 11:59, and then you have the follow-up post that is due Sunday by 11:59. So what you're going to do is you'll watch the videos by at least 2 different classmates who do not have the same have any responses. So you'll provide positive feedback regarding one of the statements made to the client family, and then add one idea you may have for a statement they can have made that may have helped. There's always something that we could add to any session to that did not occur to us at this time. So your initial post is due Thursday and your follow-up is due Sunday by 11:59. Alrighty, so if you guys have any questions about your assignment at all, please feel free to reach out to me. If you are someone like me who might need to schedule a phone session when needing things explained, just because it's easier to process, please feel free to schedule a phone session with me as well. I look forward to hearing from you guys and reading your work. Have a great week. Bye-bye.